Okay, hi, I'm Brian Sherman, and this is my first installment of the video diary for GT1000. This is the end of week 3, so I'll be talking about these first 3 weeks at Georgia Tech. I arrived on campus a little more than 3 weeks ago, and I moved into my dorm at Glenn, which everybody says is like the worst dorm on campus, but it's really not that bad. So the first night, there were a bunch of people hanging out in the quad, so I went out there and, join them and hang out with them. While there's a guy named Steve. He invited me to go to his frat that night and have some burgers, so I rushed their frat. That first night, I actually got a bid, which was really surprising because they say it's really rare that they give out bids on the first night. And so the next night, I decided to join Zeta Beta Tau fraternity. So then the first week started. At 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday, I had Calculus 2. So I went there, and all we did was go over the syllabus, so it ended up being like 20 minutes. So I went back to my dorm because I had a couple hours before my next class, which was chemistry at noon. And so I was thinking, this is going to be pretty easy, it's not that hard. Not much work. And, the rest of the week went kind of like that, not much work, really easy to do. So on Sunday morning, I went to my first service at the Wesley Center and had lunch afterwards there. That afternoon, actually at Facet, I decided to join the fencing club here at Georgia Tech. So that afternoon, I went to my first practice, and I had a lot of fun. And, I decided that I would continue with that. The second week, it was a lot like the first week, but I actually started to get some homework, so I had some work to do, but it still wasn't much, and there wasn't much happening. So then the third week started, and we had so that was Labor Day weekend, so we had Monday off, and I actually had a lot of homework that weekend. So Monday night was the first night that I ended up staying late working on homework. Monday night was also the night of the first football game at Virginia Tech. I went to ZBT to watch the game, and it ended up being a very disappointing loss, 2017 in overtime. So during the first week, I actually went to IREC at the CRC and decided that I was going to join the gymnastics club. And I had never done gymnastics before, but I decided to try it anyways. So Wednesday night on the third week, I decided to, I went to the first practice, and I was really sore the next day. I had never done anything like that, so it hurt a lot. And so the rest of the week, it wasn't that bad, and so then that Saturday night was the first home game against Presbyterian College. I went and watched it with Zeta Beta Tau, and I had a great time. We easily whooped them 59-3, and it was a great game. And I hang out at ZBT afterwards, and my first 3 weeks weren't that hard. I had a lot of fun. It was very enjoyable.